What's up, everybody? It's me, Vino. This is Whiskey Wonder. It's been a minute. I've been busy. Nonetheless, I have been drinking. It's Saturday, which means in my house we're watching college football right now. My dogs aren't playing this week. We have a bye week. So I'm entertaining my daughter, who is a Michigan Wolverine fan. And they're playing their crosstown rivals, the Michigan State Spartans. Not even a fan of either one of them. Fuck both those teams, but ouch. But my dogs are not playing today, so this will likely be the only game that I watch today. I do have a surprise for you guys. Because it's been a while, and because I've been sitting on a particular bottle for months, and because I have a new bottle that just hit the market not too long ago, and because I found a bourbon that I will always buy when I choose to afford this bottle, and when I can find it, it has become my favorite bourbon in all the world. It is under $50. Hell, it's basically under $40 until you add on that fucking liquor tax, which is bullshit. Anyway, so we got 3 drinks that I'm going to pour for you guys today and review. And you guys know how I do. There's nothing professional about this shit. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it tastes like fucking honeydew, fucking honeysuckle off a fucking unicorn's tail. I'm not going to tell you that shit because I don't know what the fuck that tastes like. However, I'm going to tell you how I like it, what I like about it, the best way that I know how, and that's just how it goes down. Anyway, so for my first pour today, and I've been hitting this one already today. My son had his last football game of the season, possibly of his career, as a 7th grader, but whatever. Life goes on. So a few weeks ago, probably 6 weeks ago, I walked into one of my local shops and they had a bourbon that I'd seen before, that I'd tasted before. This was a long time ago, and I decided for the price that I wanted to try it again and give it a just review. And as it turns out, I bought this bottle maybe 6 or 7 times since the first time 6 weeks ago, and I've drank it all before I could sit down and actually do a review because it's that fucking good. Many of you know what it is or have had it before, and you will agree with me. It is a phenomenal bottle, bottled in bond at 50% alcohol by volume, 100 proof, straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey, man. It, honestly, it really gets no better than Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. I'm looking for the, is it the single barrel or whatever it is? I'm looking for that shit. Can't find it here at home, but this shit is readily available whenever I want it. Like I said, 6 or 7 bottles later, and I got this one about 2 hours ago, and I said to myself, I'm going to give my motherfucking people a review on E.H. Taylor. Again, like I said, it's E.H. Taylor, 50% alcohol by volume, 100 proof. This one comes out of the Buffalo Trace Distillery, which honestly, those motherfuckers can't go wrong. This bottle costs $39.99. I've seen it for more. I don't understand why people would buy it for more when it's less than $40. There it is. Colonel E.H. Taylor small batch. I'm going to pour a little bit because I've been drinking a lot of it so far, and let's give it a go. Hold, please. So what I know about E.H. Taylor, it's bottled in bond, which means it's one warehouse, one barrel, one blah, 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 blah. There's no blending. There's none of that shit. It's just there. Now, there isn't a age statement on the bottle, but I think by law it has to be about 4 years. Some say that it's about 7 years. 7 years aged. So I don't fucking know. I'm not sure. Hold. Really? All right. Huh. Anyway, so we'll give it a minimum of a 4-year aging. Max is about 7, somewhere between there. Which those 3 years can make a big difference. Nonetheless, here's the color. I'm using natural light versus my usual spotlight. As you can see, Trust Your Dopeness from Irish Scotch. It's got that basic bourbon color to it, man. You can't mistake that one. On the nose here, check it out. Vanilla. Your typical fucking bourbon noses. I mean, vanilla, caramel, wood, hay, blah, blah, blah. I don't know about y'all, but I don't go around licking trees. I do like vanilla. I do like caramel. I like vanilla caramel, especially in a coffee. But there's that E.H. Taylor on the nose, gave you the simplicities of it. I'm going to go ahead and swig it. All right, so I'm more of a high-end proof alcohol. I appreciate higher proof. Like Stag Junior sitting at what, 126 or 129 on the proof. I like the higher proof shit. It's some of them when you get up to about 100 and it has a fucking burn. It has that lingering to it. So then it kind of forces you to add a splash of water, maybe even 1 ice cube. I don't like water and I don't like ice cubes in my bourbon. I like my bourbon to be bourbon. And if I can't handle the fucking heat, then I don't fucking buy that shit and I don't fucking drink that shit. But E.H. Taylor Small Batch has managed to make a 100 proof bourbon that sips like an 80 proof. And to me, that is fucking dangerous. Hence the reason why 7 bottles have gone by and you guys haven't gotten a review until now. That shit's easy drinking. At the same time, I have 15 steps that lead up to my bedroom, and those are the hardest fucking 15 steps to get up. You know, once you get through a quarter or even half or even 3/4 of the bottle. I never know how I feel. It depends on my day, how much of a bottle I'm going to drink. So that's the E.H. Taylor. On the taste, on the tongue, I've got not even a lot of heat. I've got the vanilla taste. I've got the fucking caramel. Like I said, I don't know what wood or hay tastes like. Reviews that I've read online says wood. Some say hay. I don't fucking know what that means. I don't eat hay. I'm not a horse. And I don't lick wood. I'm not a termite. I'm a grown ass man. So vanilla and caramel is what I taste. There's a slightest hint of alcohol. There's a slightest hint of heat, which makes it's not too sweet. It's not too hot. It's right in the middle, which makes it perfect. It is my favorite bourbon. I've tasted it before. I didn't know how to taste it before, but now that I know, I can honestly say between my favorite bourbons are Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, Woodford Reserve, Fighting Cock, what else? And then Old Faithful. You got your Jim Beams and your Jack Daniels. But for under $40, E.H. Taylor is the shit. So I do recommend it. I give it 5 stars out of 5. It's a beautiful pour. It's a great bourbon. I would share it with anybody if there's enough left. It's a great pour. It's a great drink. I do recommend it. If you got $40 to spend $40 on E.H. Taylor Small Batch. You will not be disappointed. If you are, something's wrong with you. Now, moving on to the next one. This next one is an actual Irish whiskey. It hit the scene a few weeks ago. I've heard a lot of fucking shit about it. I don't like the person that started it or brought it into circulation. I don't like the guy. But if it's new, I have to try it. By the way, I'm smoking a Drew Estate Undercrown Sun-Grown cigar. It's one of my favorites from Drew Estate. It's a great cigar, as you can see. I'll probably go to the fingertips with this shit like a blunt. But anyway, back to what I was saying. We got an Irish Scotch. I don't like Irish Scotches, except for one. I like Jameson. I don't like Jameson IPA edition. I don't like Jameson Stout edition. I like regular ass fucking Jameson. I like Black Barrel Jameson. And I like Blender's Dog Jameson. If you haven't had those 3, fucking go have those 3. However, a new player's in the game, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. And I'm trying to set my personal feelings about the person who brought this to the game. I'm trying to set that shit aside and give the actual review a fair shake, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. So, my local shop, Lotus Liquors, in Hiram, Georgia, one of the best liquor stores I've ever been in, called me up and they're like, yo, did you want a bottle of this? Last time they sold out within 2 hours. And I was like, well, fuck, what the shit? I didn't get a phone call. But my homeboy Jared at Lotus Liquors in Hiram, Georgia, called me up. He was like, yo, we just got a shipment in. Do you want a bottle? I was like, fuck yeah. Put it behind the counter. I'll be up there to get it. So I went up there to get it last night. And I was kind of on the fence about whether or not I was going to like the shit. But, well, I'll just show you what the fuck it is. Now, on my Instagram page, you may have saw that I posted about it yesterday. And as you can see with the amount left in it, I've given it a fair tasting. We're talking about proper number 12, triple distilled Irish whiskey. I'm reading the label at this point. A smooth blend with hints of vanilla, honey, and toasted wood. Distilled, aged, and bottled in Ireland. 750 milliliter, properly balanced, 40% alcohol by volume, which puts it at about 80 proof. Rich and smooth is what's on there. I'm going to read the back real quick as fast as I can. Proper number 12, Irish whiskey, paying tribute to where it all began for me. Dublin 12, our master distiller and I set out with one goal in mind, to craft a proper Irish whiskey that is true to Ireland. We are honored to share this with you and proud to donate to first responders for every bottle sold. I'm going to stop right there. That's a pretty fucking cool gesture with the donations to first responders. Going on. Enjoy this smooth and balanced whiskey, a fine blend of golden grain and full flavored malted barley, triple distilled and aged a minimum of 3 years in bourbon barrels. Proper number 12 offers hints of vanilla, honey-like sweetness, and toasted wood. A proper salute to all. If you don't know where proper number 12 comes from, if you're into mixed martial arts, then you've heard of Conor McGregor. How the fuck can you not have heard of Conor McGregor? Dude is a loose cannon. He's not my favorite UFC fighter. I actually don't like him at all. I think he's a douchebag. Nonetheless, he makes the UFC money. He makes himself some money. And he just recently got beat. He tapped out. I thought the shit was funny because he talked mad shit about this Russian, and the Russian fucked him up. The bottle itself, when I saw it, when I heard it was coming out, I was like, well, hopefully it's not as full of shit as McGregor. Now, when it comes to Irish whiskey, one of my favorites, or my only favorite Irish whiskey, is Jameson, like I told you before. So that's what I compared the proper number 12 to, was Jameson, and then I compared it to Jameson Black Barrel, and of course, Blender's Dog. We'll take Blender's Dog out of the equation because you can't pit a $70 Irish whiskey with a $30 Irish whiskey. So we'll keep with the Jameson and the Black Barrel, and we'll keep our minds open to the possibilities. Proper number 12, however, I poured a little bit here. As you can see, it doesn't even get the respect for a Glencairn glass. Instead, it gets your trust your dopeness, because it's pretty fitting with Conor McGregor. The motherfucker thinks he's God's gift to Earth. But he's not. Whatever. It's lighter in color in comparison to the bourbon, of course, but it was aged in some bourbon barrels. Remember that part that I read to you. So there's that. I don't know if you can see the legs on it. Kind of, not really. I've got natural light coming in, so it's hard to see some things. There's that color. It's okay. Now, on the nose, I do pick up the vanilla. I'm not a big fan of honey. I like honeycomb cereal. I like Honey Nut Cheerios. I like the honey that Church's Chicken puts on their biscuits. What else has honey? I don't like bees. But without them, there wouldn't be honey and a lot of other things. Thanks a lot, you invisible co-host. This motherfucker said peace. Anyway, I'm not a big fan of honey, but I can kind of pick up on hints of honey in this. I'm gonna go ahead and drink it because I'm running out of time. My battery is dying. Can you get your wrist fist out of my... Stop. All right. Check this out. Proper number 12 versus Jameson. In my opinion, Jameson is the epitome of Irish whiskey. Why? Because it's the only Irish whiskey that I've been willing to fucking try outside of the proper number 12. But I had to do the proper number 12 because it's only the right thing to do, considering the fact that my name is Whiskey Wonder and this is a whiskey review channel and it's new on the market and blah. So the price of proper number 12, I got my bottle for 30 bucks. The disheartening part of that price is I went to a different liquor store to pick up the E.H. Taylor. The different liquor store had, and this place is called M&M's Package Store, and they have like it's cool. They have like a drive-through window. So it's like you can just pull up and be like, yo, let me get. And they'll go and get it and bring it to you, blah, blah, blah. You never have to leave the fucking car. I think it's dope. It's dangerous, but it's dope. But they actually had the bottle of proper number 12 for $26.
You never use the drive-thru.
Exactly. I never use the drive-thru. You're absolutely right. I never use the drive-thru because I like to go in and see. Because even though I have my heart set on a certain bottle, if I go into the store and see something else, I'm going to pick it up. Instead of just going, hey, let me get this, and then stop. Anyway, M&M had the bottle for $26.99. The reason that is disheartening is because the bottle that I bought costs more than Jameson, and it does not deserve that kind of fucking respect. This bottle should be priced the same as, if not lesser than, Jameson. Your basic fucking Jameson. And I've gotten Jameson for $23 fucking dollars. It's not a bad whiskey. It's not a bad Irish whiskey. Okay? But if you like a little heat, if you like a little spice, this whiskey is not for you. Proper number 12, because of that fucking honey-like sweetness and the vanilla on top of it, has a more sweeter taste to it. Now, my homeboy Jared told me, because I asked him right off the jump, I was like, yo, how was this proper number 12 compared to Jameson? And he's like, it's sweeter. He didn't hesitate, he said it's sweeter. I was like, ah, shit. All right, I gotta try it. I don't like sweet drinks. I don't. If I wanted a sweet drink, I would get me a fucking Sex on the Beach or a fucking margarita or some shit like that. However, it's not the worst. On a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the best, I would give it a 3.25. Reason being, it's a little bit different than what I'm used to. If I wanted sweet, I would go with certain scotches. I am a fan of scotch. However, I haven't had scotch in at least a month and a half. Remember that when you're getting ready for the next, apparently Michigan has won the fucking game against Michigan State. My kid is over here doing I don't know what she's doing, some kind of dance. Maybe it's the Dougie or the Buggy, I don't know. But, where the fuck was I? Proper number 12, it's sweeter than Jameson, which is a no for me. But if Lotus would drop their price to match Jameson, you'd probably sell the bottle better. To me, Jameson is the ace when it comes to Irish whiskeys. I'm not a big fan of blended whiskey, and Jameson is my favorite. I've reiterated that several times throughout this review. I'm hitting up on 20 minutes, so we're going to move on. Proper 12, 3.25 on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the greatest. I do recommend you going and getting it and trying it for yourself. Some of you might like the sweetness. I'm not a big fan of sweet when it comes to my pours. Now, I've been sitting on this bottle for at least 2, maybe 3 months. There's a few sips left in it because I didn't want to let it go. And the reason why I didn't want to let it go is because this motherfucking bottle cost me $130 fucking dollars. Y'all don't tell my wife that shit. I'll pay you $5. You don't tell my wife about this shit. Good. We'll keep it that way. She won't. Anyway, what I'm talking about is a scotch, a true fucking scotch. One of my favorite scotches in the world is Glenlivet. But that's actually behind Glenfiddich. When we talk about the Glens, I go Glenfiddich, Glenlivet, and then you've got Glen. Fuck, I forgot. Doesn't matter. $130 that I paid for this scotch.
Which one?
Again, my homies at Lotus Liquor Stores in Hiram, Georgia, the owner, Christian, was like, hey man, I got this scotch in I think you would like. I was like, oh really? And he walked me over to it as if I don't know where the scotch section is. And I go over to it and he points at it and he's like, and I'm like, nah bruh, not for $130, nah, miss me with that shit. But then he said something about a discount and I was like, oh shit, I like discounts. So he gave me a little bit of a discount. I still pay well over $100 for it, but not $130 for it. Which somehow in my weird fucking soul made me feel better about walking out of the store with this bottle. The bottle that I'm talking about, that really no one outside of the Glenlivet distillery knows what the fuck it's up with, what's up with it. So what I'm talking about is this bad boy. Yeah, bitches. I'm talking about the Glenlivet Code. Not too many people know exactly how this was distilled, what's in it, nobody, really, except for the people that work there. This motherfucker deserves the Glencairn glass, and it's going to get that. I don't know how much is in it because, as you can see, the bottle is completely opaque. You can't see through it whatsoever. I'm going to finish this today because I need the bottle to start a new infinity bottle. I'll read the label to you. The Glenlivet Code, single malt Scotch whiskey, product of Scotland, 750 milliliters, 48% alcohol by volume. That's it. It tells me if I'm pregnant, not to drink. I don't think I have to worry about that. I don't think. God, I hope not. But that's it. You don't even get to see what it is until you pour it in a glass, which I'm going to do right now. Over $100 for a bottle of fucking scotch. That's so fucking pretty. It's pretty! Watch this. Look at that. That's nectar right there, bitches. You see that shit? So that's Glenlivet the Code. Now, it said that this December, I guess, we find out exactly what went into making the code. I'm going to take a wild guess. Smell, the nose has Glenlivet, is it 15 or 18? All over it. All over it. I'm talking all over it. There's a vanilla. There's a wispy smoke. And I hate using the word wispy because it makes it sound like it can't kick you in the face. There's a wispy smoke to it, not much. It's so fucking subtle that if you didn't know what peat was, you wouldn't fucking know how to identify it. However, like I said, nobody knows what went into the distillation. If that ain't a word, it is right now. what went into this, but I sense a wine barrel. It's something. It's an expensive wine. It's a rare wine. There's something about the barrel that this aged in that has something to do with a very expensive wine, and I guess we'll wait until December to find out exactly what that is. But you heard it here first. There's an expensive wine in here. If I'm wrong, I don't give a fuck. I got the bottle. Y'all ain't got it. I'm gonna go ahead and that's a pretty big pour. Citrus, vanilla, wispy smoke, and an underlying wine taste. I'm telling you, there's a fucking expensive wine in that. I haven't been able to pinpoint which wine it is. As you can tell, I'm starting to talk in cursive. That's the great thing about triple tastings. It got warm in here. On a scale of 1 to 5, the Glenlivet Code is a 6. And it better be a motherfucking 6 for $130. If ever you have $130 that you could just blow on some fucking alcohol, I do recommend the Code. That last one got me. You got it? Ball out. Treat yourself. Christmas is coming. Put it on your Christmas list. If somebody gets it for you, they're really down for you and they really love you. If you give it to somebody and they don't get it for you, cut them off immediately. They don't care about you. That's a really good pour. I want to finish the bottle so bad, but shit. I'll probably finish it. I'm going to work on the E.H. Taylor, though, because that's really my first taste of Scotch in 6 weeks or so. My palate is rejoicing. So I may have to go back to Scotch because I've been kicking this bourbon thing for about 6 weeks and I am a Scotch man. So we're going to go revert back to Scotch. I do have a Scotch that I want to review. It's a $60 bottle. I figure if I sell enough dick, I could probably afford it and give you guys a review. As for now, that's it. I have to pee. Proper number 12. Glenlivet Code. E.H. Taylor, small batch. 2 out of 3 are phenomenal. 1 is bullshit, kind of like its owner. I said it. Conor McGregor, if you got some words for me, holler at me, bro. I'll fight you. In the streets. Whiskey Wonder, this has been my bourbon babble. Fuck y'all. Etch and Sketch, Glassworks. If you want custom glasses made, hit them up, look them up. Facebook, Instagram, all that shit. Chelsea and Skip are awesome. And now I'm drunk.